let's work on planting the next set of steps as the character translates to his left. We'll do what we've been doing before in that we'll work on the front legs first, and that'll give us a good idea of how to animate the back legs. So I think that works out to be a really good strategy. Let's work on that right leg first, because you'll notice that we're getting some overextending. So we'll want to then take the key on frame 50 and let's say move that to about 40. So it moves over, and let's say we take its position on frame 50 and just move this foot so that it's planted on the ground, and so it has a more comfortable position. Alright, great. So that foot starts to move over and it plants. So now what we'll do is middle click on frame 55 and press Shift W to keep that foot planted. And we can work on now shifting over the left foot. So let's say on that frame 55 we have that left foot move over to his left. So it starts to shift. Then we'll middle click on frame 60. We're just setting in, again, just the initial blocking poses for the foot plants. So now we'll want to go to that right foot, bring that over, and he's moving pretty quick here, so we want to consider that too. Okay, then from there we can go to our left foot, have that move over again, 65. We want to make sure that the right foot is going to be planted. So we'll middle click from 60 to 65, press Shift W. And because of this overextension, we'll want to take this key on 65 and maybe even bring it to 62. And let's look at this left leg. See if we can take this pose on 65 and maybe bring it to 62 as well. And it looks like it's going to stretch too far, so we can always take that foot and bring it in a little bit closer. Okay, so he's shifting. And then we can middle click on about 65 and have that foot plant. And then go to the right foot, move that in. Okay. So then, looking at this, it's like we can middle click on about 69 and just lock the leg, set the plant key, and maybe even take this key and bring it 2 frames over. Okay, so knowing that we would like to shift the leg at 67, let's go ahead and bring this leg over and plant. So we just have a few more footsteps to do for the front legs before we can begin working on the back. So let's middle click from 67 on 70 and lock that left foot in place. And you'll notice that works pretty nice for us. Plants, and then it shifts over on frame 75. So let's go ahead and look at this right foot now. Plants. I want it to move over at frame 70. And maybe even see how it would look if we offset that key maybe 1 frame. So it's not happening at the same time all the time. So with that being the case, we can go to the left leg and maybe move that over frame 71 to see how that would look. So that as that right foot is shifting over, we don't have the left foot moving over at the same time. Okay, great. And it looks like we can now take this pose on frame 71 of the right foot and just middle click on frame 75 to keep it there. Alright, let's look at this. We'll select our control objects, zero them out, and let's go ahead and hit play, see how this looks. Great. So he's doing a little shuffle, getting in place. So we can go back to our control objects and now start to work on the back legs. So we'll start working on the right back leg. Okay, that should shift over at about 56, one frame after the left front leg plants. So we'll bring that over on 56. And let's middle click then on 61. Press Shift W. Okay, great. And then that left leg shifts over and plants on 62, so we could have the back leg plant on about 63 instead. So we'll go to 63, have that move over. And we'll set a plant at about 66 to start. Just Shift W. Okay, now the left leg shifts over, plants at 67. So we could go to 68 and have that left or that right back leg now shift over. And keep in mind the angle of the leg too as you move it over. You want our angles always to look as interesting as they can. We don't want them moving linearly as well. So maybe we can take this pose on frame 68 and bring it back a little bit more and over a little bit more. Okay. And we'll have that plant till, let's say 72. So we'll middle click from 68 to 72, Shift W. And we'll take this key on 75 and move it down one frame. Okay, great. So we're having this nice shift from the back leg. We'll stop the lesson here and work on the left back leg, and we'll also see if we can start to work on those middle legs too.